Hi, Chan. So, welcome back again to all of you in the another Sunday live session. And today we are going to learn about the Git. And for this, we are with Umesh Tyagi as a DevOps engineer. Hi, Umesh.
Hello,
Hi. Welcome back to this session.
thank you, Ankit, for introducing me. Hello, everyone. First of, can you tell me, am I audible to you guys in a chat? Yeah. So great. Uh, so let me share my screen first. Or Ankit, can we wait for other folks for 2 minutes or kind of things?
Yes, we can wait.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So, Umesh, now you can start. Or any of you,
Sure.
any question between the session, you can ask in the live chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can tell them they can ask in the chat, or like we can have for 5 minutes in the last of sessions for the questions. Okay.
Okay,
So
great.
let me start. Hi guys. So as all of you know, today we are gonna learn about the Git basics part, like what is Git and how Git workflows work, and few things about the Git. So myself, Umesh Tyagi, as Ankit like introduced me, and I have been working since 2 years in DevOps field. So today I will teach you, or I will try to tell you something about the Git basics. So these are the outlines that we are going to cover in this today's sessions on a Narando's YouTube channel. So first we will cover basic discussion on Git and GitHub. In this we will cover what is Git and what Git workflow is, what are the feature of Git. After that we will cover how we can install Git and how we can configure the Git. And moving forward, we will cover staging and committing part of the Git. How we can add these file in the staging area, and how we can commit those files to save in the Git repository. And after that, we will also look into the branching and merging part of the Git. In the next part, we will see how we can push the project, your local project, into the GitHub remote repository. After that, we will see how we can clone the remote repo in the local systems. After that, and pulling and fetching parts. And the last but not least, we will see how we can contribute in the open source. So let me tell you about definitions of Git. Then I will tell you the use case where the Git is fit in the market area. So as we know, Git is a maintain open source tool that is used for source code management and version control systems, and it is originally developed by Linus Torvald in 2005. It doesn't matter in which field of IT you are working. Git is a must tool that you will use on daily basis to collaborate with the team and developing the code for new features of the applications. Before diving into the deep, let's explain the scenario that was used before the Git comes into the market. Developer used to submit their code on a central servers without having copy on their own. So before Git, the developer has not the code in their local systems. They directly made some changes and push into the central servers. So due to this of the some scenarios, any of changes made to source code were unknown to other developers, and there was no communications between other developers. But to resolve these issue, Git comes into the market, and he Git solved that issue, those issues. So Git provides source control management, source code management, and version control systems. After Git comes into the market, every developer has entire copy of code in their own systems. Any changes made to the source code can be tracked by the others developer, and there is a regular communication between developers. So this is the Git workflow is. So basically in the workflow of the Git has three stages. First is working directory, second is staging area, and third is Git directory or repository, or we can say Git local repository. So what is working directories? Basically where we write the code. It can be a folder or it can be a directory in terms of Linux. Where we write the code, that is called as a working directory. After that, new stages come in the terms of Git, which is staging area. So staging area, that after making some changes in your local files, you want to stage those changes, because you want to commit those changes in the next snapshot when Git will take the snapshot of those files. And last one is Git directory. So once you make the changes or once you develop any feature for your applications, after completing that part, you will commit all of the changes in your Git local repository. So this was some theoretical part of the Git workflow is. So let me tell you some features of Git. As we know, Git is a distributed systems, and this is provided distribution developments. Few of the folks will ask how Git provide distribution development systems. So let me tell you that distributed systems are those which allow user to perform work on a project from all over the world. A distributed systems hold a central repository that can be accessed by many and remote collaborator by using a version control systems. And Git is one of the most useful version control system that is being used nowadays. Having a center servers result in a problem of a data loss or a data disconnectivity in case of system failures of a center server. To tackle such of kind situations, Git mirror the whole repository on a snapshot of a version in a local or local systems of all developers. So in case of failures, if any of developer has that local repository and has the code in the local repository, they can share with other developer, and they can also push that code into center server after it comes in a stable version or running. And second feature of Git is branching. Branching is a very useful feature providing by the Git because in an application there are a multiple features and a multiple team member that will work on a multiple features. So if you work on a single branch, then merge conflict or like developers will override the code in a single branch. So tackle with this issue, Git provide a branching methodology so you can create a single branch for a single feature, and one of team member can work on that feature for using that branch. So and branching is easier in a Git compared to other source code management tools. And track the history. Git also tracks the history basis on commits features of the Git. So whenever you want to backtrack your changes due to not having stability in current version, you want to go back, then you can also go back and you can go back on a stable version that you are running before. And Git is a free and open source, so it provides and it's allowed that you can download the Git code and you can change and modify according to your needs and use that code. And Git is scalable and support collaborations. So Git as a as we I explained you, Git is a distributed development systems, and multiple team member collaborate in a single application using a Git, because they can install a Git in their local systems and work on a different features, and they can push that code on a central repository in basically the most useful central version control system nowadays is GitHub. I will tell you later in the section about the GitHub. So now comes on the hands-on part. In hands-on, we will see how we can install and how we can configure and other things as one by one. So now I will tell you guys, you can since it's a bug shop, so we can like we can do the practice. You can do the practice with me. So I will tell you how you can install and each and everything that I mentioned in outlines. So please tell me if you can see my screen, Ankit. Can you confirm that I'm going to open Gitbase and the Google kind of things? So please confirm if you can see.
Oh, yes, me for me screen is visible.
Thank you, Ankit, for confirming.
Okay, okay.
So, guys, if you are running a Windows operating system, so you can directly search on a Google or a Chrome, get Windows install. Then you will get a first link, and or a second, you can click on that link, and you will see the download section in a Git page. So there are many downloads available for many operating systems like Mac OS and Linux and Windows. So if you are using Windows, then click on Windows part, or you can download according to your operating system. So I will not download because I have already installed Git Bash. So I will show you directly in a Git Bash.
Oh, okay. Umesh, can you repeat the same again? How can we download?
Okay, sure.
Oh,
So for downloading, you can search the like Git download on a Chrome browser. Once you search, you will get the link, and first or second you can click on that link. After clicking that link
okay, okay.
in a console, you will see many operating systems like Mac OS and Windows and Linux. So you can download the Git according to your operating systems. So I am using a Windows, so I have download already Git Base. So I will like directly show you the other commands that I will run.
So can we take 20 or 30 seconds so that all can download?
Yes.
Okay.
Guys, you can confirm in the chat once you download the Git and install that.
Yes, Umesh, now you can continue.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So I will create a folder because all of we know the repository is a folder in any operating system. So I have created a directory, and for initializing the Git repository, we have to run a command which is git init. So all of you can run git in command to initialize the Git repository for a folder. So once you run the git in command, you will get the output initialized empty Git repository. And after initialize, you can run git status command to check is there any modification or in any other things that you have in your current repository. So since I have no file in my repository, so it is like it is saying on master, on a branch master, no commit yet, nothing to commit. So now I will create a sorry, file touch. So as you, before starting, let me tell you something. So like as we know, if you are a beginner or in the future you will join any company, so you will work in a team or for any project. So project can be developed in any programming language. It can be a Python or it can be a TypeScript. It can be a JavaScript, any programming language. So so suppose that I am working on a project and I'm using a Python for developing that project. So I will create a main.py file. So I have created a file main.py. So now it is saying untracked file. Untracked means this is my first stage, which is working directory or workplace. So since now Git is don't know about any changes or something, because if we don't add this file in the tracking system of Git will not know about those files. To adding Git this file into the Git staging area, I have to run git add command.
Sorry, Umesh, for interrupting. After creating the man.py file, you are running the git status command,
Yes,
right? So what the
yeah.
purpose of this? Uh,
The purpose of git status command is like to checking is there any changes in my repository, or something I have like modified something, so I can check the status of everything to running git status command.
thank,
So after I have created a main.py, after, so git status is telling there is a no commit in your repository. So to track by the git, I have to add this file into the git tracking system. So to add that file, I have to run git add main.py command. And after running that command, I will run again git status command, and it is ready to be committed. But I have not like, after adding into the staging area, the part is comes commit. So I will commit that file. So it will open a like once you commit your files, so it will open a file, because this is a mandatory part that you will comment out your comment commit, like you will unique you will create a unique commit, so you can create a comment for that commit. So for example, I will uncomment this part. This is a initial comment. If you run a git log command, then you can see all of your history that you committed since you have started using git repository. So I can see one commit in my repository that I have made few seconds ago. So since I have not added any code in the min.py, so let me because it's a life cycle, so it is a life cycle. So any it is a repeatable process. So once you commit those changes in your local repository, then you will get a business requirement again, then you will try to develop a new feature, then you will add some code into the main.py, then you will again add this file in the staging area, then you will again commit that file into your local repository. So this is a cycle that is to be followed in the process of developing any application. So I am using a Vim Linux editor. You can use any editor, no matter if you are using Windows, then you can Notepad. You can use Notepad editor. Now run again git status command. So it is saying like you modified a main.py. Now you if you are like if you made some mistake, then you can restore that file, and if you made some correct changes, then you can add this file into the staging area. So I will add this into the staging because I want to commit that file. After adding in a staging area, you will see that the change is ready to be committed. Or if you are like in this stage also, you you figure out that you made some wrong changes, still you can restore the changes if you don't want to make a commit, or if you don't want to save the changes in your local repository. But I know, like, I have developed for example, suppose that I have developed the right feature, or the code is right, then I have to I will add that code into the local repository. So this is the option. If you don't want to, last time we made a commit, then the BIM editor has opened to write the comment. If you don't want to that process, so you can directly pass -m option, and you can write your comment that you want for that commit. To see your history of a commit, you can run git log command. So I have made a two commit, and I have created a two version, or you can say I have created a two snapshot in our git repository, that is called as a commit. And it is like unique, it has a unique number, 14 or a 16 digit hash code, that is that makes it unique in the world. So now we will see branching and merging part. So as I told you earlier, you are working for a company, and you are working for in a application. So you will not work you will be a part of a team. So there will be a multiple team member. So one team member will work on one feature, so you will work on a simultaneously. So if you work on a single branch, then each developer will overrides the code of each others. So this is not a good practice. So what branching provides us, so we can create a branch for each feature, and each developer can work on that feature on their local systems. And once he completed that part, he can post that code, or he can create a pull request. I will tell you how you can merge that code, and how you can create a pull request after completing that part. To see branch in your to see how many branch do you have in your local repository, you can simply run git branch. So I have only one branch with the name of master. If you are using a git base, you can also identify from here that you are part of master branch. So it is not a good practice to like writing the code directly into the master branch, because master branch code goes to the production directly. So any of team lead or your leadership will not allowed to write a code into the master branch. So I'm going to create new branch from the master. Dev branch where I will I will create I'm going to create a dev branch for me, where I will write the code for feature. As I told you, you can check all the branch in your local system by running git branch command. So I have two branch in my local system. One is master, second is dev. But the star is belonging to master. So still I am in the master branch. So how can I switch to the dev branch? To switching to the branch, we have to run git checkout command. Output is says switch to branch is dev. So now you are the part of dev branch. If you run get status command, you will see on a branch dev nothing to commit because still we didn't write anything in dev branch. If you run git log command, that then you will see that you have to commit because once you create the commands, once you create the branch, the new branch has all of the previous commit of the older branch. So suppose that I am going to create a new feature. So I have written like added a new feature by developer. For example, you can see here the you modified the main.py. That means you have something written in a main.py. So you can add those changes into the staging area. To save those changes in a local repository, you can run the same command, which is git commit. See, now you can see that a third commit by developer one, and now you will, if you switch back to the master branch, and you will run get status command or a log command, then you will see only two commit because so far no master branch has not informed about that any developer has made some changes into the dev branch. So to know the master branch about the changes that developer made into the dev branch, the merging part comes into the picture. So to merge the code from the dev branch to the master branch, we will use git merge command. Sorry, dev one is not a branch, it's a dev branch. Okay. So now if you run git log command, now you can see the third commit by dev. So you know this is the commit that made by the developer in the dev branch. So you can call it a new feature that is developed by another developer, but now it is a part of master branch. Or if you see the content of main.py, it also has the line that is written by the developer in the dev branch, which is added a new feature by developer 1. So what you will get to know that you can work parallelly in different branch for different feature. After you completing that part, you can create a request to merge that code into the master. So I have not this is not this is a automatic process that I have merged, but before merging there is a necessary to review that code, they developed the right code, or they are for that feature, or is something there is a no error in the code. After completing that part, we can only the merge into the master branch. So now comes into how you can push your local project into the GitHub. So GitHub is nothing. It is a centralized server for a Git. So now you want to save your changes into the remote repository. So you can create a Git repository on a GitHub and add your local repository into remote. So I hope you all of you have the GitHub account, so you can log in into your GitHub account. So this is the console that you will see if you have logged into the GitHub account. Click on repository, click on new one because you are going to create a new repository. You can give the name whatever you want. I'm going to give Git workshop. And you can make this repository as a public if you want to show your repository for everyone in the internet, or you can make private if you don't want to show your repository to the internet. I'm going to make it public. And I will click on create repository. Now you will see this screen. This is the process. First one, you have to follow once you have not created your local repository. But we have created our local repository and we were working on it since like few minutes, and like we made few commits over there. So we will use a second part, like push an existing repository from the command line. You can copy this command and you can run in your repository. Before running this command, I will show you that there is a no remote URL where you will push your local changes to the remote. After this, after running this command, can run git remote -v. You will see the your origin where you will post your local changes to the remote. The URL is the GitHub / username of your GitHub, then your repository name. To push your local changes to the remote repository, you will run git push command. So it is saying the current branch master has no upstream branch. To push the current branch and set the remote as upstream. So first time, if you want to push your changes to the remote, you have to set your upstream of origin branch. So for that, you can run this command, or you can use -u instead of set upstream. Once you run this command, you will see that your branch is pushed to the master branch. And for confirming that you have you have pushed your changes to the remote, you can go to the GitHub console and refresh that console. You will see that you have 3 commit that you have been committing in your local repository, and also you can see the content in your main.py. I hope you have learned that how you can post the local code in the remote repository. So since I have added already my SSH key, so it has not asked me to enter the password. But if you have created a new repository and if you're trying to pushing, because it's your first time, so it has asked for the password. To authenticate your local repository for remote, there are a two way. One is HTTP based, second is SSH based. So to see which mechanism I have used, I can see like HTTPS one. So I have used HTTPS one. If you want to authenticate your local repository with SSH key, because if you in HTTP method, once you try to push the code, it will ask the password again and again on every pushing. So for resolving that issue, not a issue, resolving that part, you can use SSH key mechanism for authenticate. So for that part, I will show you how you can add your public key in a GitHub. First, go to your local system and git bash. You can run SSH keygen command and hit enter. And it is asking for the file name. So give the file name. If you want to enter your passphrase, you can enter, or I'm going to empty, leave it empty. and it has created a cryptographic key, public and private, for you. So go to SSH folder and list out all the files. Here you can see what happened. Let me run this command again. Override. So you have to open the public key and copy the content of public key and go to your GitHub console and click on profile and click on setting. In the left part, click on SSH and GPG key. Click on new SSH key, enter title, whatever you want, and just paste it and click on add SSH key. Once you click on add SSH key, it will ask you for your password. Enter the password and click on confirm. So after completing that part, if you try to push your code, then it will not ask your username password. Now next part is coming, how you can clone the remote repo for your local. So for that you have to create new repository over GitHub console. Click on create repository. After clicking, you will see that new repository created on GitHub. Since it is a not part of your local system, you want to download that repository in your local system and you want to contribute in this repository. So you can click on code and you will see the clone part. So there are most commonly used two way. One is HTTPS or second is SSH key. So if you have added SSH key that I told you earlier, how you can add SSH key of your local system into the GitHub console, you can click on SSH part or copy this URL for cloning this repository. Since I have added, so I'm going to use this URL. And I will run git clone command. Sorry, I will not clone in this directory. So come out from this. Yeah. So it is downloading your remote repository into your local system. Once you run git log command, sorry, we have to first navigate the directory. Now you will run git log, then you will see initial commit that is made into the remote repository. Now I will show you how you can now the same process will be followed that we have been followed in the previous like adding and commit. So I will add it readme. It is saying you modified the readme file. Now you can add into this staging area, then you can commit that changes. If you want to like, since we have one file only in our repository, then you can give the file name directly, or you have multiple file in your directory and you want to commit those all files in once, then you can directly put dot. It will take all these files available in your repository. Now you can see your working area is clean. There is no changes to post into the staging area. Now you can post your changes into the remote repo. Go to your GitHub console and refresh it. You will see edit after cloning. Hope you have learned how you can download the new repo from the GitHub console or contribute in it. The next part is how you can pull and fetch the changes. Suppose that a new team member comes and create new file from GitHub console. On commit that new file, and you run the git status command or git log command, you don't have that commit in your systems. You have only two commit. One is initial, that time we have cloned our repo. Second is that you made. So like to fetching or pulling the changes from the remote repo into your local systems, we will use git pull command. You can see it is downloading the changes that we made or are like another developer made into onto the GitHub consoles. Now, if you will run git log command, then you will see new commit is there, which is create sum.py. Run ls command, you will see the sum.py. If you want to confirm the content, then see the content of sum of py that we have written in GitHub consoles. The final part is how you can contribute in open source. So since Git is also a open source tool, then if you want to like make some changes or you want to fix some issues, if you see in a GitHub repository in a issue sections, then you can contribute also in a Git. So there are a lot of open source tools. So to completing that practical, I will need Ankit, Ankit's help. Ankit,
I wish.
can you tell me your GitHub like username, or
Yeah,
like you can create or you can create a single like one repository that I will fork for like how for tell how can we contribute in open source.
okay, so I'm creating a repository.
Okay, okay.
Uh, so can I copy paste the SSH command or cloning?
So I think you don't have need to clone. I think you don't have need to clone. Just you can create.
Okay,
Give
I've
me
created.
1 second. Give me. So you can create a repository, or you can just tell me your usernames.
Ankit Virla,
Okay.
NKT VIRL. V. When. Yeah, Ankit Virla. V for when.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Can you tell me which repository have you created?
The latest, right.
Okay. Okay. So like first visit the repository in which you want to contribute. So suppose that this is a one repository or a one application repo that is running, and I notice some issue, that issue that I want to like I can see there is a no space in open source or contribution. So I notice this issue and I want to give this space, in a space in between open source and contribution. So first I will fork this repository. So go to the top right corner and you can click on new fork, like click on fork, and just click on create fork. So it will create a same repository in your GitHub console, and you can also see that you have forked this repository from Ankit Birla and slash open source contributions. You can do two things. One is that you can download, or sorry, you can clone this in your local systems, or you can directly made some changes from your GitHub editor. So I will make the changes, because I have already show you how can clone and make some changes in your local. So I want to show you a new thing, how you can use a GitHub editor to make some changes. That I have like resolved that issue and made a commit. And I can see clearly that I have deleted that line or I have added this line. Click on contribute and open pull request. You can see this branch is one commit ahead of Ankit Villa's main, because I have created a one commit that Ankit does not. So to merge my changes, I will create a open pull request. Then Ankit will review that part, and Ankit will confirm that I have written a good code or right code. Then he will merge my code into his repository. So click on open pull request, create on pull request. So Ankit, I think you can see the one pull request in your console.
Okay, so I am in the same repo, but how can I check? Can you
So
guide?
can you share your screen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so screen is visible.
Okay. So can you click on pull request in the header part, after like you
Okay,
can
okay,
see
okay,
the
okay.
few tab code issues and pull
Right, right.
request.
Yes.
Okay. So you can first you can review the changes after clicking on that commit. Yeah. You can see hmm, that I have created a new commit, and that so if you click on merge part, you can click on commit. Yeah, and click on that file. Go down, like click on commit. Can you? Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay.
No, no, no. Can you? Yeah. Go again. Pull request. This one. Click on merge pull request. Go down. Go down. Cl- Yeah. Click on
No,
this
I
pull
have to
request.
go.
Read me.
Hmm.
Can you click on update read me? Yeah. This one. And go down. Merge pull
Confirm merge.
request. Merge pull request.
Okay, and then confirm merge.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So now it's merged.
Yeah. So go to your home.
Yes, and I'm able to see the changes which you have done.
Yeah. So like this is how you can contribute in open source. So
Okay.
I think I'm done with the content. If you have any question, you can ask. Thank you.
Okay, so there is a one question from the Deepesh Sharma
Mm-hmm.
about what HTTP is. So I'm not able to figure out about.
Okay, okay, okay. So basically, HTTP and SSH is both are the protocols that is used to communicate between server and client. So since if you want to communicate with the server, since you are a client, so there will be a mechanism. That mechanism is called as a protocol. So there are two types of protocol. One is HTTP and another is SSH. Ankit, if you want to add something, you can.
No, thank you, Mish, for your time and learn us so many new things
Thank you.
about the game.
Thank you, Ankit.
Okay. And any of you any question, just type your question in the chat and we can either Umesh
Yeah.
or we can respond you. Okay. So thank you so much. Bye.